Hey y'all, so for the last year, in between every other video I've been making, I've been chipping away at a long-form retrospective on the main campaign of every main series Pokemon game. Currently, I've just finished up Generation 6 and I'm moving on to Generation 7. At the moment, I'm unsure about including the Black and White sequels or Generation 9, I'm just working on getting all the main games I actually own done first. As writer's block and intense medical procedures continue to drag out my next proper videos, I decided to put together this little collection of silly clips from that project. I think you'll like them. I hope you enjoy. Gen 1, the OG, the retro, the... God, what are some other flowery words for old? The vintage, there we go. It's in vogue these days to kind of trash on Gen 1 for its glitches and lack of content and oversaturation of modern Pokemon and terrible artwork and messed up approach to game balance and excuse plot and simplistic antagonists and the fact that it's not on the DS. Oh fuck, I wasn't supposed to say that one out loud. My mom tells me to look for Professor Oak, and when I go to check the grass, because naturally that is the first place anyone would look, he comes out of my house, so I guess he was hiding in the closet. Are you my dad? I chose Bulbasaur because it's correct. Also, Butterfree is literally perfect. Look at her. She is baby. I honestly think one of the reasons characters like Charon and Bianca are so popular isn't because they have compelling character arcs, but because they kiss the player's feet. And I think it's largely people my age who like that about them. They often say they don't, but I think that's just social desirability bias. Every gamer has a praise kink, no matter how hard they try to convince you otherwise. Lily, stop bringing BDSM into Pokemon. It works as a metaphor, alright? The SSN is required to get to the gym, and it's crawling with optional trainers. You could just go right to your rival and the captain if you want, but I want that juicy XP, so I barged it into every cabin and beat up everyone's pets like the completely reasonable person I am. I don't have a problem, fuck you. Now that I've cut, I can open the gym where— oh fuck, the trash puzzle. Nope, 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 nope. Oh hey! Oh hey! Okay, so I'm through the trash puzzle and I caught a Diglett, which means I win. Your X speed can't save you now. Third badge acquired. Now that I have the third badge, I can go north to Saffron City and then west to Celadon. Actually, no, I can't because the guard is too thirsty to let me through. What I can actually do is go back to Cerulean City, take a roundabout route through this winding cliffside, go through a dangerous pitch black tunnel, cut through a haunted oubliette, go through another underground tunnel, and then into Celadon. Just a small detour. And frankly, I don't think we needed to know what the effects of VR headsets would be if they were focused entirely on your ears, but somebody at Game Freak would apparently disagree. Whoever wrote these tracks owes me some Tylenol. I actually really like Giovanni. He's a much more real villain than any other evil team. He just wants to exploit Pokemon for financial gain. He could just as easily be the Mafia or Amazon. But what I really like is that after the third time you beat him, he just goes, I had my entire empire toppled by a small child. What the fuck is wrong with me? What am I doing with my life? I am a failure of the highest order. And he just quits and goes into hiding and hangs out in a cave for the rest of his life. Butterfree swept both Bruno and Agatha. I'll be honest, I didn't think she could do it. Two of them are rock type and I thought it would at least be a struggle, but it was a massacre. I love this little bug. And then Lance was swept by Starmie. Yeah, the Elite Four wasn't really much to write home about, honestly. Anyway, I chose Chikorita because it's correct. Did you name him question mark, question mark, question mark? I mean, technically that's his name. It's a weird fucking name, but it is his name. In the remakes, they changed that to you seeing his trainer card and not specifying his name, but here, your parents never even gave you a chance, did they? No matter, I'll correct that mistake. I'll give him a name that suits the pathetic loser he truly is. So I named him Kyle Ron, and Metapod evolved. And now I have a murder bug,
who I will feed the souls of my victims.
She wasn't having as good of a time, but I needed to level her up because the next gym was a bug gym, and bugs don't like rocks. I would know, I tested this theory very thoroughly as a child. At the end of the game, Giovanni just breaks down and quits because he knows he'll never recover from the humiliation of being beaten by a little girl 3 times, with a frog and a butterfly. Ooh, I have all these cool masculine Pokemon and chirp chirp, motherfucker. And it took me just a little longer than I'd like to admit that Scyther was a flying type, and so Mudslap wasn't actually going to work. But then I remembered that means he's 4 times weak to Rock Throw, and I almost realized that just a little bit too late. So between the 2 bad Mud Slaps and the missed Rock Throw, he got up to 4 stacks of Fury Cutter. If I hadn't hit that last one, he would have one-shot everyone on my team. This has been a certified Lily Orchard bimbo moment, because I'm 30 and somehow a game for children is getting one over on me. So I smashed through Whitney with Butterfree, and Butterfree's thirst for the blood of the living has been sated. For now. Third badge acquired. But wait, I thought Whitney was super hard and Butterfree has a 4x weakness to fucking Sleep Powder and Flash, guys. This isn't rocket science. Anyway, I opened battle with Togepi. That was a false start. I switched to Butterfree and mowed through his first few Pokemon because some world-class intellect at Game Freak decided to make most of the ghost types weak to Psychic, and most of them have the move that cuts their health in half at the start anyway. Good job, Morty. It's even better because you don't take damage from Curse on the turn you knock the opponent out, so I got 2 free nukes on them without taking a scratch. And Curse is a volatile status effect, which means it's removed if you switch out. It sure would suck if I switched out into a normal type who was immune to Shadow Ball, wouldn't it? fucking ghost types, I swear. Jasmine is up at the lighthouse taking care of a sick Ampharos, and I need to go across the ocean to get the medicine because apparently Olivine City doesn't have a single runner or ferry going to an island-locked town just 10 minutes across the sea, despite the fact that it's Johto's main harbor with a ship going to fucking Kanto. By some miracle, bringing out Bayleaf again got him to miss twice with hypnosis. Nice! But then he hit me with the third one. Aww. But eventually I won the stalling war because Bayleaf is bulky as shit, and definitely not because I had him hooked up to an IV full of potions. Anyway, Olivine, Steel-type gym. Hello, Graveler. Say hello to Magnemite. Hello, Magnemite. Now say hello to Steelix. Hello, Oh, that's not good. It's alright, Bayleaf's got this with Reflectant. You know, sometimes I really don't like you. It's alright, Mantine's got it. Good job, Mantine. So I arrived at the Rocket Tower to find that it was infested with Team Rocket. Oh no! And they've taken the boss of the radio tower hostage. Oh no! And hid him in the basement of the mall behind a locked door and a button puzzle. Oh no! Wait, the mall has that? Why? Like, forget Team Rocket. Who the fuck put a button combination puzzle on the loading zone of a mall? Do you hate dock workers that much? What Amazon warehouse bullshit is this? Team Rocket was fun in the last game, but as I mentioned before, they're so pathetic and sad and in denial, I almost feel bad for fighting them, and the fact that every fight is a dull slog only makes fighting them worse. I don't just feel bad for them, I resent them for being so in denial that they're getting in the way of the game, which, in a sick and twisted way, is pretty dark storytelling. But it's Pokemon. I don't want to beat up people who are clearly depressed. This is the same problem World of Warcraft had recently. I don't want to beat up someone who doesn't deserve it. So I brought out Mantine, and looking at his moveset, can you guess which move I decided to use against the Dragon-type Pokemon? That's right, it was Surf. It's alright, I won anyway, no harm done. And then there's a third Dragonair. You have 3. Why do you have 3? This music's gonna be the end of me. The Game Boy speaker really struggles with some tracks, and this...
Oh, this is torture.
Eventually, I gave up my stubborn insistence on being difficult and gave him the answers he wanted to hear, and then he lectured his granddaughter to give me the badge. 8th badge acquired! Well, that was an ordeal and a half. You have to travel to Kanto along this winding route through Mount Silver that culminates in a small tunnel with... Ah, crap. I have to have one more fight with Kyle Ron, who I'm realizing just a little bit too late that I should have named Hunter. I bully him and he just doubles down. Whatever, I didn't like you anyway. We have Will, Koga, Karen, and the one we don't talk about using Psychic, Poison, Dark, and Fighting. So now I'm going into... Silenzio Bruno! Namely, Butterfree's on point to humiliate him the same way I did last time. Psychic and Solar Beam. I may have hit a Solar Beam where I meant to Psychic, but it's all good. At least until Machamp got off that cheeky little rock slide. Butterfree will have her vengeance. It's okay, I have an extra. Wait, his name is Brendan? Finally, I get to compete against my wife's boyfriend. Man, he'll be pissed to find out they let Christy Golden write his dialogue. Oh wait, that's what he was doing, his Sylvanas live stream. I eventually found Professor Birch being savaged by a raccoon, and understandable, those things have rabies, you need to kill them on sight. So to do that, I chose Trico. Because it's correct. Come on, Trico, we're going on an adventure. As soon as I catch myself a baby, if you thought I wasn't going to, you don't know me very well. I named her G. Now you're the more experienced trainer helping the kid. That's very wholesome. I love Wally. Also, he catches a Ralts. The boy has good taste. That is the friend Pokemon. Anyway, the thing is that Rock is weak to grass, so... Oh, fuck, I just remembered. Roxanne's a school teacher. This joke was in terrible taste.
Hey, Lance, it's off. Throw this phone away, Lois.
And you'll be surprised to know what Mr. Stone's specialty is. That's right, it's Steel-type Pokemon. So I crush them, and Archie shows up and calls his own men simps for losing to a child. Sir, that's a combination of words I don't much care for.
Come party, let's go party.
Graham.
I find the Aqua Grunt I beat up in the forest in Rusturf Tunnel, and he's apparently so traumatized he gives me a free TM and begs me not to hurt him. Did I just mug that guy? But once you actually get to Watson, it turns out he's a very gentle and supportive pile driver right into the pavement. I got by just stacking Calm Mind on G, at least until he got in that cheeky sonic boom, little stinker. Second time around, I tried to do the Calm Mind trick again, but somebody decided to blow up. Fine, I'll go level grind some more, you bastard. Third time's the charm, and this time I actually managed to get a few Calm Minds off, and she survived the self-destruct on 1 HP like a fucking mad lass. Gee, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Now don't fuck this up for me. I'm not kidding. This is the single most broken Pokemon in the main game that has largely gone unfixed because most people just don't bother to find out that this is such a problem. One Pokemon should not be breaking the game that much. Anyway, I got the balance badge. That's fucking hilarious given what I did to get it. Arriving in Fortree City, I bothered some of the locals. Why are you living in a treehouse? Are you 8? Give me a TM or I'm going to bully you. Woo, mugging people works. And at the end, Archie goes, now I can bring my plans to fruition. What are your plans? Wouldn't you like to know? And he vanishes. Sometimes I sit there and stare at that spot, wondering where he went. Where did you go, gay pirate man? I make it to Maxie and he uses the blue orb to control Groudon, only for Groudon to rocket into the sky. As you do. And Maxie's just completely flummoxed, like he's genuinely confused as to what just happened. Not only did the blue orb not work, but this creature of the land just took off into the sky as if repelled from the orb, and then he blames me for it. Like, sir, I am a 10-year-old girl. I cannot lift that dinosaur. Please calm your fabulous tits. I eventually make it to the bay and have to fight Matt, who's just rocking the shirtless look today. It's so fucking ridiculous that they can't get half their gameplay loop right, even after oh hey, we're here. So before I could chase after Aqua, I need the badge from Moss Steve's gym before I'm allowed to dive underwater. Kinda like how I needed to beat the instructor at a game of Hearthstone to get my firearms license. But it's alright, Larion's got this. See? Oh crap. Oh crap! Well, I don't have any physical attackers left, so I guess we're stuck chipping away at Lunatone's health and maybe confusing them. Okay, you are officially on my shit list. I just decided to fight fire with fire and start raising my own stats to put us on equal footing, praying Lunatone didn't knock me out in the process. See what I mean? Calm Mind is broken as fuck. You know, I'm starting to think this is personal. It's okay, I got them eventually. Our combination was shattered. All your Pokemon went down like chumps. It was just Lunatone that survived. What kind of trainer relies on one single Pokemon to carry the entire... We're chasing after a sailor who is obsessed with getting his whale. I plowed my way through the Aqua Grunts and then got there before Archie somehow. What, did you stop for a pretzel? And did you give me one? These two go about trying to create an apocalypse, not realizing just how suicidal it is until dawn on the final day, and they realize, oh, hang on. They spend the entire game like, I'm gonna cause a climate crisis and kill a lot of people. And then when they cause a climate crisis and it starts killing people, they're like, smooth move, dicks for eyes, you sure showed all us normies. I love how Maxie tells me, don't say anything. I like to imagine that May was giving him the most smug bitch grin possible. I fly back to Sootopolis City to watch as Rayquaza descends from the clouds like a heavenly angel, lowers himself down upon his two brethren who are fighting, and cries,
When I come out, I want all these freeloading parasites out of here!
And then they slink back to their caves like frightened little children, and Rayquaza goes back to his perch. This whole sequence was just me telling on them to their dad. In Ruby and Sapphire, it was Steven Stone, but in Emerald, he's been upgraded to post-game super boss. So instead, the champion is Wallace, who is perhaps the sluttiest man in Pokemon. And that's including the remakes where everyone got sluttier. Game Freak was horny making this game. Next comes Milotic, who is notorious for being able to take a pounding and recover quickly. This boy is a certified power bottom. But it's okay, because I have crabs. Wait. Some people deride Archie and Maxie as Saturday morning cartoon villains, but like... Guys, Pokemon is a Saturday morning cartoon. After Lucas tells me what a store is, I'm now free to adventure on my own. At least until I get 20 feet north, where Lucas refuses to let me go further until I tell my family where I'm going. So I go and tell my mother that I've been conscripted into taxonomy, and then finally I can move on. Nope! Lucas insists that he show me how to catch Pokemon. Are you done? Are you through? Will you leave me alone now? I feel like a small child in a brony convention. He eventually lets me through and I make it to Jubilife where—
Hello there.
Oh, come on! The bastards scrutinize the fact that I haven't caught any Pokemon yet, and then we run into someone from Interpol, because it's not enough that we have cops as the lowest form of human scum, now they've gone global. I'm pretty sure this qualifies as a pandemic. Anyway, now the way is clear and I can move on to— Oh, come on!
He's just standing there, menacingly!
And then out comes a fucking Cranidos! You never see fossil Pokemon until the end of the game! Oh fuck, I'm in trouble. I'm in deep shit. I'm in so much— Oh hey, I won.
Almost lost my cool there.
Outside, I run into Looker, who keeps up the stellar reputation of the police by being fucking useless and arriving 20 minutes too late. He thanks me for doing his job for him and runs off for goals I'm not entirely certain of, but given historical precedent, I wouldn't want to live in Nakreen City right now. I don't care for the music is what I'm getting at. If it's not putting me to sleep, it's filling me with an intense existential dread. Like, I'm 30. Why am I marathoning the Pokemon games? What am I doing with my life? What have I amounted to? I spent my entire 20s grinding out videos for the internet to pay my rent. What is this hell I have sealed myself in? Why am I pissing away what little time I have on this planet seeking coins to trade for— Oh hey, the exit.
Lucky we didn't panic.
Then I run into Lucas, who claims Galactic took his Pokedex and asks if I want to help him beat them up. Assault under dubious circumstances? Count me in. Then Looker shows up and says he heard about children feuding with Team Galactic. He then deputizes me to form an illegal search of Team Galactic's warehouse. Do you even have a warrant? Are you allowed to just force a child to help you? Do you even care about what you're allowed to do? Look at me trying to reason with a cop. Then a grunt came out and confessed to terrorism and ran off. Crasher Wake runs into an active explosion. Honestly, I respect the hell out of him for it. Once I get outside, I'm harassed by chat again, demanding I come to the library. I swear, if you demand another battle, I'm going to stab you. Naturally, since it's an active site of an attack, we decide not to go to the lakes and wait for the situation to be all clear before. So I arrive at Lake Valor to find that it's been drained by Team Galactic's bomb, and there are Magikarp flopping around, and they say they're heading to Lake Verity next. Well, that's fine. Lucas is already on his way there, so I arrive at Lake Verity to find that Lucas is being bullied by Galactic members, so I have to do fucking everything around here, apparently. Alright, that's 2 out of 3 lakes cleared. Where's the third? It's on top of a mountain, Lily. Fuck. It's worth pointing out that in Platinum, the female character model is wearing a winter coat but no pants, and I'm walking through waist-high snow in a blizzard. So that was certainly a decision we made.
I've got frostbite on my... somewhere you really don't want to get frostbite.
I sent G back out against Frost last, and when she started spamming double team, I was like, alright, fine, let me spam Calm Mind, make myself a beast and a tank, and then I'll just sit here praying for a lucky hit. Once I got there, I started trying to hit with Psychic, but it, wasn't going well. But then something occurred to me. Wait a minute. I have Shockwave, which never misses, and hits for neutral damage. And I have like 5 special attack boosts. What the fuck am I doing? One Shockwave and she went down, and one Psychic took out Abomasnow. Can't believe that slipped my mind, honestly. I just got done talking about how the fog wasn't a problem, and then I forget about why it wasn't a problem when I need it the most. I swear, something's wrong with me. Once I had the badge, I can go after Chat, who it turned out got beaten like the little baby bitch he is. Hey, maybe next time you'll throw down a rope. Like, this guy taunts you for not being able to climb rocks, necessitating a detour, and now he's completely failed at what he came here to do. Like, honestly, Chat, you deserve this. Looker shows up and says he has the key, and we can go attack the warehouse. Okay, if you shoot anyone, I'm gonna have G powderize your bones. So we break in without a warrant and look around, and I find the key to the Galactic base. Great, I can use this to raid the Galactic HQ. What are you looking at me like that for? I'm not a cop. It's not unethical for me to go rampaging around like a lunatic. Quite the performance. No. Shut the fuck up, Looker. So we're chasing Galactic through Mount Coronet, which is something of a maze that at the very least the game lets you handle yourself. Oh, come on, Looker! As you're nearing the last door before Spear Pillar, you come across this cracked piece of stone in front of a cave. Looker has to walk you through the basics of the fact that Team Galactic probably dug into a wall. Observe, if you will, that hole. There was once a cave painting that had blocked the way to the summit, but the wall, it is no longer there. It lies in pieces. Do you see? Ever since the 3 Pokemon of the lake had been captured, something terrible has happened. But what exactly? I do not know. There is but one cause. Team Galactic Cyrus. And now we are all caught up. Oh, really, Looker? Really? I'm not sure my tiny brain could have figured that one out. Oh, there's some stone cracked here in front of the tunnel. Maybe Team Galactic went that way. Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure. Thank God you were here to help, you useless fucking cop. People who want easy and quick money, or if we're being honest, are desperate because of late-stage capitalism, will turn to crime. People who think society has become so degenerate it needs a cleansing go on YouTube and rant about SJWs and woke scolds. A more real version of Cyrus would be on TV, blaming all of society's problems on, I don't know, the Jirachians? Oh, no, the Muse. This whole dungeon is a frame rate nightmare. It performs like ass, except in a few areas, and it wants you running all over Hell's Half Acre to push a few rocks and sliding platforms, and oh, fuck. I am so goddamn bored. Then you have a battle with Giratina and leave. I'm so glad we shared this adventure, Cynthia. Now please stay 95 million miles away from me. When I was going through the earlier gens and talking about how, like, Whitney wasn't a real problem, people were like, oh, wait until you see Garchomp. Wait until you get there. It'll crush your dreams and give you PTSD. So about that.
Perhaps you want to stop acting like wild dogs chasing their tails and think for a moment.
Bianca arrives and we get to pick our Pokemon between a Snivy, a Tepig, and a Ralts. Well, goodness, how on earth did that get there? Guess I'd better take it. Team Plasma is arguing that the use of Pokemon for human convenience, sport, and exploitative capitalism is a form of abuse, invoking the long-standing joke that Pokemon is a game about dogfighting. So this game makes that joke its central plot point. Finally, Pokemon is going to have a serious examination of itself and the implications of its own aging premise. I don't like the sound of that cough you just made, Game Freak. After Gets' speech, we're approached by some prick in green hair who claims that he has a special ability to listen to Pokemon speaking that I apparently don't have.
This lady is crazy.
In the Dream Yard, I find a Munna, who is immediately beset by Team Plasma members who start kicking her and confessing that setting Pokemon free means there's nobody to stop them from using Pokemon to take over the world. Wow, way to give up the ghost in the first act, dude. Gets is gonna kill you. So with Nacrene City, we're given only one real task, and that's to go after the gym. So I head to the gym to...
Hi there.
Oh, fuck no.
want to see things no one can see.
Are you on drugs? Do you want to be on drugs? And then he leaves, declaring he needs a legendary Pokemon to give him power.
Guy's a broken record.
But inside is Getsis. He waxes poetic about Zekrom, believing that if he had a dragon, then people would listen to him because he'd won their hearts and minds, and not because the dragon would eat them if they didn't. It's definitely not because the dragon would eat them. When I tried to step onto Route 5, Bianca chases me down and drags me by the neck back to the music studio. What the fuck? I could see her there. I would have gone to check on my own. Will you stop hovering over me, Game Freak? Look, the music studio is an interesting little distraction. I'm glad you've got it. It's fun to put G in a top hat, a bow tie, and a cane. Just stop forcing this shit on me. I don't know why you press the issue so fucking much. But then I get inside and I see N in the distance. Oh, fucking great. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna catch a Pokemon for a Clink! Oh, I love him. Sometimes the Gen 5 Pokemon get it completely right, and I think the place where they do best is with Trubbish. Trubbish is perfect simplicity in design. He's just a trash bag with a face and some feet, but they really make use of it. Garbage leaking out serves as his arms, the part where the bag is tied off makes these little ears, and he's got these little feet. This is a Pokemon a child could easily draw. Plus, look at his face. He is such a goofy little boy. He's perfect. I love him. Anyway, going back to the gym, and this gym is unique because you get to shoot yourself out of cannons. Wee! 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 Fuck! He decides that he wants to talk to G and— oh, you stay the fuck away from my Gardevoir, you sweaty debate bro ass looking motherfucker. This guy, who hates humans, lives all his life around Pokemon, talks about the erasure of humanity like it's a good thing, wants to talk to this Pokemon in particular.
Stay back! I've got Kiwi! Run, Joey, run!
He then continues to rant about how having a dragon will make everyone agree with him and fucks off. Guy's a broken record, I fucking swear. Have you tried knitting? It's very soothing. Upon making it outside, Charon asked me if something has changed, if he's become stronger, or if only his Pokemon have.
I don't know anymore.
Dude, will you calm down? You're really overthinking this. You think I'm out here with a guiding philosophy of strength? No, I'm just on a road trip with my angry celery friend. Maybe if you relaxed and enjoyed the trip, you'd be a lot more emotionally fulfilled, and maybe it'd stop bothering me. He then insists that if I want to stop him, I'll have to get the other dragon to do battle with him. And I don't need the other dragon. I could kick your ass right here, dickweed. The reason why this is such a false lead is because Pokemon has pretty much always reinforced that Pokemon like their trainers and their relationship is consensual. Oh, that almost stepped into bad territory. Their relationship is symbiotic. Just before I take it though, Alder warns me that by taking up the Lightstone, I'm committing to stopping N if he fails and asks if I'm ready for that. Well shit, when you put it that way, I only became a Pokemon trainer 17 hours ago. Maybe not. So you're just going to allow N to fulfill his plans for a new world? Dude, you asked me if I was ready for this. Don't ask me to second guess myself and yell at me for doing it. That's just mean. Getsis then gives up the ghost that his entire philosophy is a lie to seize control of Unova. Oh no! I'm shocked. Completely and utterly bamboozled. Utterly fucking blindsided. What a twist, Mr. Shyamalan. I definitely thought Pokemon was seriously going to unpack its own ethics. Totally did not expect a reassuring excuse coming. By my hubris, I have been fooled, good sir. Getting out to the champion, it turns out that he's been defeated by N, who through his show of strength will now issue an order to the entire region to release their Pokemon because that's how politics works.
Inferior men understand what will sell.
Please. Please, Masuda. I can't take any more shtick. Then Reshiram gets put into the PC, and the game asks if I want to add Reshiram to my party.
No, I won't need that.
Fuck your prophecy, fuck your themes, you already know what the fuck it is. He says, maybe different opinions are good. Good job, N. Not sure we needed an entire game for you to figure that out, but sure. You've managed to meet the intellectual standards of a 6-year-old. I have been under duress this entire fucking time, especially when these characters talk about what great friends we are.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
And I can choose one of these three or pick my own. To show my contempt for this entire rigmarole, I chose bitch. You want us to call you bitch? Yes, I do. Okay, bitch fits you perfectly. Okay, this is great. I wonder why they took out the nickname feature in Gen 7. Oh wait, I'm probably the reason why. Then we get to choose our Pokemon between a Chespin, a Fennekin, and Ralts. Well, how did you get in here, little one? I better take this before the universe explodes. In Sycamore's lab, he asked me to battle, and upon winning, he offers me one of the Kanto starters, Chikorita, Igglybuff, and Tepig. There may have been a bit of a glitch when I was changing my starter, and other things may have gotten affected. Wouldn't you rather remain young and beautiful forever, and always play such roles? What a strange question. Oh, that's a fucking understatement, Die. Dude went from 0 to incel in less than 3 seconds. And she gets a mega evolution with an absurdly busted ass ability that turns normal type moves into fairy type moves and gives them a 30% power boost, on top of the stab boost they now get. There are a lot of moves to use this with, but the best is Hyper Voice, a move that hits every enemy, hits through substitutes, and because of these changes now has a power of 175. As I step onto the route, a Lucario walks right up and starts sniffing me.
Go away. Go away, you.
I seem to remember something good could happen if you leave 2 Pokemon here. They fuck. They fuck, Trevor. Pokemon fuck. After I'm done destroying Trevor's innocence and getting myself blacklisted by Game Freak, he wants to show me the Battle Chateau. I've destroyed his childhood so badly that he's now interested in competitive Pokemon. I should feel guilty, but I am an evil person. Pokemon me is pretty simple. You can pet and feed and play with your Pokemon. Are we all clear? In the pantheon of things Pokemon fans have wanted forever, the ideal Pokemon feature is for my tiny little gremlin baby to curl up in my lap and have a little sleep like an eldritch cat. So letting you pet and play with your Pokemon is fucking great. The game gives you an additional affection stat alongside it, which causes your Pokemon to throw off status effects and emote in battle, and that's also a really good addition. Every Pokemon has their own preferred food, games, and places they like to be petted. For instance, the Ralsline likes to be petted on the head. But don't touch the horn.
Don't ever touch the horn.
Then Karina tells me I have to go back up to the Tower of Mastery if I want the Mega Ring. I swear I'm not giving you the runaround. Yeah, you are, Karina. So Pokemon like Kangaskhan, Pinsir, Aerodactyl, Ampharos, Heracross, Mawile, Medicham, Banette, and Abomasnow could get some buffs and provide new value into battle. It's a really good system in theory. Take the undervalued Pokemon and give them some juice. This is probably one of, if not the, best ideas they've ever had to breathe new life into the game. The problem is, unfortunately, Game Freak just gotta do a Game Freak and ruin it because they also gave them to the Kanto starters, Lucario, Garchomp, Gardevoir, several legendaries, Blaziken, and fucking Mewtwo. The last Pokemon to ever need buffs. And when you can only have 1 Mega Evolved Pokemon per team, you're probably going to use it to make a broken fan favorite even more broken.
We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close.
This is stylishly bad. If someone found the Power Planet pass I dropped while I was fumbling around by the big rock, and then that hypothetical someone proceeded to the power plant just past here, that would be seriously, stylishly a hot mess.
I'm sure if we put our heads together, we can figure out this riddle. Allow me to introduce myself, intruder. My name is... No, there's no way.
You're just a cheap imitation of the real thing.
What Lysander says is only one way of looking at things. It's not a way of looking at things, Professor! He wants to kill a whole bunch of people! How is that perspective? We arrive at the spooky house to find that it's a shed. It's just a shed with some windows. Hey, wait a minute, didn't someone once say something about people going in her shed? Getting out of Route 15, I was immediately ambushed by someone jumping out of a pile of leaves. Don't sneak up on me like that. Sir, you jumped out of the fuck- I'm just gonna kick your ass now. You see, I've always wanted to be a Pokemon. Oh no, she's a furry, I have to get out of here. I find a Hex Maniac who's selling healing items by the dozen. What a nice girl, surely the internet will not be weird about you. See, and this guy hasn't even been raised from birth to be part of the revolution, and he did a better job than you've ever done. Lysander says, I want to murder the world, gun, Lego, bam. None of this lounging about his castle, waiting for the hero to show up so he can try out his new speech about Ideal. I go to his chambers and get challenged by a pasty man who looks like he hasn't been outside in years. Ah, you designed the women's uniforms, didn't you? After I beat him, he tells me to push either the red or blue button, saying one of them will activate the ultimate weapon, but I don't know which one. What is this, fucking Sophie's Choice? I didn't sign up to play one of Jigsaw's games. So I pushed the red button, but that activated the weapon. Well, I guess I'm a war criminal now. After one stop at the center to change into my ass-kicking outfit, we're ready to stop a genocide before it happens. Arriving in Geosenge Town, I find that one grunt from the first time I was here. Now I'm back, stronger and more fabulous than before. The grunt is unable to handle the sheer pinkaliciousness of me and flees into the base. Caleb joins me. Caleb, you are not dressed for saving the world. Team Flare's whole thing is style. We have to intimidate them, go put on a pink ballroom gown, and take this seriously. I get what Lysander is trying to say. Oh, do you? Because I just heard nonsense. Shut the fuck up, Caleb. You don't get to speak until you put on the ball gown. After that, Eviltal finally hatches from his cocoon, ready to siphon the souls of the living and usher in a new age of death and entropy. And I killed it in one hit with my pet ballerina. Eviltal is looking at Lily. It seems like it wants to help. Oh, come on. It was so cool when I one-shot you with the power of celery. Man, I hate mandatory legendary capture so much. Fine, you picky asshole. Just for annoying me, I'm gonna call you YMCA. Then Lysander comes in. What the fuck are you wearing? What the hell is that? What Google Glass reject have you got on your face? Whatever, me and G will kick your ass in all our finery. AZ comes by and laments about his Floette, who I'm starting to think he has romantic feelings for. Nobody talks about a Pokemon this way, it's just weird. You're so attached to one Pokemon that you're lamenting not being able to take it everywhere. Imagine if someone went to these kind of lengths to keep the same Pokemon for this long. You'd look at them like they were a raving lunatic. You'd have them brought in for a mental health evaluation before they could start their rant about the Harkness test. Right, G? Gee, why are you looking at me like that? When I get far enough in, Caleb approaches to tell me that nobody was right in the whole Team Flare fiasco. They were going to do a genocide, Caleb. Who let Rebecca Sugar into the booth? Maybe if both sides have something to say, it's best to meet halfway. What's the halfway point between genocide and no genocide, Caleb? Wait, what are you doing with those 6 evolution stones? Then I get registered into the Hall of Fame, and that's Generation Oh, wait, we're not actually done yet. I'm walking up to a podium followed by animated GIFs of the other characters to be given a medal for saving the world from Team Flare. It's like if Star Wars was an anime. Then AZ walks up and demands that I battle with him. Another battle. This game is over. I already did the Hall of Fame. That's where it ends. You went back on the deal. He breaks down into tears while I continue giving them the 1,000-yard stare, and then the game ends with the fletchling that woke me up bidding me a farewell. And that is Generation 6. Right? Nothing else? Sycamore doesn't want another battle? Trevor doesn't? Caleb doesn't want to talk about how maybe a little genocide could be good? No? We're good? Okay, we're good.